we're going to move into the future. And what do we see when we do that? Are you willing to look? What can the future bring? Go 10 years from now, go 20 years from now, and then go 50 years from now. Do you see a positive thing anywhere along that line? Oh, no more wars. Why would we assume that? We've been warring since Atlantis went down. That was a long time ago. So, what can we perceive that's getting better? The spaceships that we're trying to build? The weapons that we're using? No, that's not where we're going to go to get better. Now, I've been in the psychic realms, the angels, deities, spirits, and all those things most of my life. And I'll tell you straight out, they're all real. They all exist, and they all deal with planet Earth. So let's talk about one at a time. More now than ever, many people say they're working with angels. And this is a funny part of it. And hopefully after you listen to the show, you got something out of it. Please tell your friends to listen to it, because the shows are all recorded. But, all right, the New Age world, a lot of people say they deal with angels. They work with angels. I did, but I don't come out with the same story that everybody else comes out with. Everybody that comes out with anything per angel or spirit, someone in their family that died or something like that, comes out and says, oh, it's all about love. Love is the key word. Love is the key for everything. No, it's not. Never was. Compassion is, but you don't have to have compassion when it's not needed or when it's not deserved. Like the word that I truly disrespect is unconditional love. If you love something without conditions, what are you loving? Well, it's a soul. Well, that means you love every ant unconditionally, the same as you love every cat and dog, or your mother and father? I doubt it. You wouldn't walk out of the house if you knew you were going to step on an ant, if you believed that. So, we talk about angels. I listen to as many people, I pull them up all the time. What do you think about angels? What do you think what are they telling you? All right, I'll ask them. What did they tell you? What did you get from them? Oh, I should be getting a new job, or I should. You think angels come down to this level for that? I mean, we're in history. Not that history's right, but where's the stories where, oh, an angel came to me in the Bible and he told me to get a new job, buy a new dress, or something? It's not like that. Angels have a message which they bring to us. Sure, they help us when we leave the body. They prepare us for certain things. If you listen to them. Oh, an angel. Oh, can you heal my brother? Can you do this? Can you do that? Mankind doesn't think about why we're here really, and it doesn't think about why they would come to us either. In this world, you can say whatever you want. I believe it or I don't. Do you believe in life after death? You can say yes, but do you really believe it? Now, do you know what happens after death? You can say yes, but do you truly believe or understand what does happen? So, on your dying bed, if you were on your bed dying in the last 5 minutes of your life, and I came in and said, now, you happy where you're going? What do you think you're going to be saying? I mean, it all depends if you were suffering in pain and you say, oh, I just can't wait to get out of this body, which some people do. Or, I don't know where I'm going. I hope it's what I think or I hope or I wish. They're not the words you need when you get close to death. They should be filled in. It should be written down in your little scrolls of why you're here and what to expect and what are you going to do when you leave. So those steps are critical. So where do we begin? Well, I want to finish these topics first. Ghosts are spirits. Spirits usually move on to the next realm, which is the astral plane. They're given the name of ghost here on this planet because they relate to it as haunting. No, they're spirits that just got lost and have no destination, no way to get out of it. Put it this way: if you took a baby and fed it somehow and it learned how to eat, it wouldn't learn anything. It would just eat and die. So you think a ghost goes to religions. What do you think they learn about death? Really? And I always go back to that little word called truth. What did you learn about death? Well, I can tell you, very little. The more and more I hope and listen to people talk, thinking that they're learning something, it's so far from the truth. How's that? I don't understand it. Well, life after death is, or could be, an incredible experience. The second thing is, a lot of people go through the cycle and draw a circle. Start middle life, old age, death, birth, middle age, old age, death, birth. All right, it's a circle. You go around and around. So if you go into that realm and soul didn't become aware of itself, guess what? When you come back, you're not aware of anything as well. It's not like when you die, you become an angel. People don't become angels because they die. So this vicious cycle that people choose to live in is usually brought on by a religion, which keeps their mind pretty much stable in a reality that's pretty locked into a programmed idea of what it has to be, which is definitely not what it is in any way or shape or form. You don't come here, some people believe it, to change the world, to heal the world. You're here to become aware of who and what you are as that individual soul that you are. And if you never choose to do that, you'll never get to go into the higher realms. And I'll use that because I put my life on the line when I say that. I'm not lying or twisting. People say they have a truth. If you don't have a true awareness and experience of that truth, you shouldn't be saying your truth. If you accept something, it's not your truth. It's your accepted make-believe. The idea that you're going to go to heaven and what you're going to do in heaven. Do you know, really? You hope that it's what it says in the Bible, what people say it is? Of course. I don't. I would not want to be forced to live in a world with my family, especially the family that I had in this lifetime. Why would I want that? What would I have to say to them? What could we do as anything? Family, friends, relatives? What could you do? What would be beneficial of that? Anything? Think about that. Now, most people are so programmed with the idea of, will I go back to the ground? Native people believed in that aspect. Come from the ground, we go back into the ground. But they talk about the elders, the ancient elders dwelling someplace, the green pastures. Even that is a silly idea. All our ideas are silly because they're not really close to reality. Soul comes down by itself. Soul leaves by itself. Soul becomes itself. It doesn't become anything different. It only becomes aware. So in a lifetime, all the things you put yourself through are supposed to help you understand that and get to that point where you do. If that's not happening, you need to open your eyes. Look at what you're doing. Look at where you are. And are they right? Is that fitting to what you want to be, how you want to live, and all those things? Is it helping you do anything? Getting through life could be just that, getting through life. No goals, no desires, just being happy. Put a fish in a fish tank, keep feeding them. They're happy until they die. They don't know any different. They're in that little box. Most of the time they're safe, unless you spray chemicals in your air and it gets in the water, or you have a cat playing on top of the fish tank. I mean, there's things that we create, but it seems like we create a lot of the things that are bad. We don't create a lot of the things that are good. People say, well, we created water purifiers. Yeah, they're good. But if we contaminated the water, we wouldn't have to worry about that, would we? There's things. I went to St. Croix and St. Thomas many years ago. They had purified ocean water in St. Croix. And they pumped it to St. Thomas. They had a pipeline that went from that one island to the other to bring them water, clean water. The water was coming from the ocean. The water was purified water from the ocean. The technology was there. They were doing it. And why does it take so long for something that beneficial to get into use? We play the game of life. And truthfully, to most people, that's all it is. It's a little cheesy board game. It has nothing to do with God, spirit, death, purpose, reasoning, reality, truth. All those words you could erase because they don't fit in a picture. You're thinking about, I love food. I'm attached to this world for food. I mean, that's one of the good things about it. I wouldn't say much else. But being able to eat what you want is the good part for me, which means sugar, which is considered the most dangerous food on the planet as well. So we pick and choose how we live life and how we die. But just because you choose to die one way doesn't mean you're going to die that way. I can go into that, but I'm not. Spirit, make sure you do the things you say you're going to do. Or at least it puts all the opportunities there for you to do it. I mean, if somebody puts a street light up in the middle of an heavy-duty intersection, it's so you can get to the other side. If that light wasn't there, you might not ever get to the other side. So yeah, they're little beacons to help you see the road that you should be stepping. And it's not about getting the wrong kind of dinner for tonight or something like that. It's a lot more than that. And we have to take that step to a place where we're ready to go beyond that programmed idea. And I use the word program because most people live in a program. You call it what you want, the Matrix or whatever. I mean, the Matrix kind of makes it fit together in a kind of abstract way. To understand that it's like you're locked into this thing. I got a couple more major things I want to get into today. But it's understanding the basic things that we deal with, what we work with, and what we have as a tool that Spirit allows us to have to work with. Again, the angel thing. What is an angel? We all have one that watches us in the inner worlds. They can't stop a tornado from ripping through your town and ripping your head off, but they help you as soul if you listen and work with them. They'll warn you. They'll help you if the major disasters happen on a planet. They'll tell you. And you can't accept what people say about theories and ideas because people say aliens can't help us because we didn't ask them to, or they can't interfere. The law of non-interference is only for spirit.